Have you ever looked into your dog's eyes and thought, something's off? Like they're not just tired, they're actually sad? Most people miss the subtle signs. They'll chalk it up to just being lazy or having an off day. But what if your dog's heart is breaking and you don't even know it? There are 6 silent reasons your dog might be sad right now, and some of them, they have nothing to do with how well you treat them. Let's start with the one that hurts them the most, but often gets overlooked: loss or grief. Dogs don't understand death the way we do, but they do understand absence. And when someone they love disappears, it hits them hard. Whether it's a family member, a fellow pet, or even a neighbor they saw every day, that sudden silence leaves a mark. You might notice your dog losing interest in food, sleeping more than usual, or just lying in their favorite spot, waiting. Some even search the house for days, pacing, whining, looking toward the door like it might open at any moment. Experts say dogs can go through a grieving process just like humans, except they can't talk about it. All they can do is show it, if we're paying attention. But sadness isn't just about loss. Routine disruptions. Dogs are creatures of habit, and their emotional world is built around predictability. They find comfort in the little things: the sound of your morning alarm, the time dinner hits the bowl, even the specific route you take on your walks. So when that rhythm breaks, their entire sense of security can start to crumble. A new house might be exciting for you, but for your dog, it's a complete reset. New smells, unfamiliar sounds, strange furniture. It's like waking up on another planet. They don't know where their safe spots are anymore. And that confusion can quickly spiral into anxiety or sadness. Even smaller shifts can throw them off. A baby arriving, a new partner moving in, your work hours changing. Anything that alters their daily experience can make them feel like their world's no longer stable. And what's worse, they can't ask what's happening. They just sense that something's different. And different, to a dog, can feel dangerous. But sometimes it's not the change itself that hurts them the most. Another surprise trigger? When you're simply not around. Separation anxiety. You leave for work, thinking your dog will nap peacefully until you're back. But behind that closed door, it's a very different story. Some dogs panic the moment you're out of sight. Not out of disobedience, but out of fear. Real, gripping fear that you might never come back. It starts with pacing, then the whining, then the barking. Some will scratch at the door until their paws bleed. Others chew through furniture, destroy pillows, or have accidents, not because they're bad, but because they're overwhelmed. It's heartbreaking, because in their mind, they're not just alone, they're abandoned. What's worse is that this kind of anxiety can build quietly. A move, a long vacation, or even just returning to the office after months at home can trigger it. And once it starts, it doesn't go away on its own. But here's the twist. Even if you are around all the time, your dog can still feel painfully alone. But even if you're together, things can still go wrong. Boredom and lack of enrichment. A bored dog isn't just restless, they're quietly suffering. Dogs are wired to explore, sniff, play, and solve problems. When their world becomes too small, same yard, same routine, same silence, they start to mentally shut down. And that sadness can show up in surprising ways. Some will lick their paws raw just to feel something. Others chew furniture, dig holes, or destroy shoes, not out of rebellion, but desperation. It's like their energy has nowhere to go, so it turns inward or explodes outward. Even the calmer ones aren't immune. You might notice them sleeping too much, ignoring toys, or just staring blankly out the window. That isn't being chill. That's a dog that's losing interest in life. Mental stimulation matters just as much as physical activity. Puzzle feeders, new walking routes, even short play sessions can make a huge difference in their emotional world. But even when you're doing all the right things, there's one factor you can't control. Season matters too. Seasonal blues. Believe it or not, your dog can feel the seasons shift, and not just because it's colder outside. Just like humans, dogs are sensitive to light. When the days get shorter and the sun disappears earlier, their mood can drop along with it. It's called seasonal affective disorder. And yes, dogs can experience it too. They might sleep more, seem sluggish, or lose interest in things they used to enjoy. Walks feel less exciting. Playtime slows down. It's not just winter laziness, it's a real emotional slump brought on by less sunlight and reduced activity. Indoor dogs can feel it even more. Less time outside means fewer smells, fewer sounds, and fewer chances to engage with the world around them. And while this kind of sadness often fades with the seasons, it's still hard on them in the moment. You can help by keeping their schedule active, opening curtains for natural light, and making indoor play a priority. But what if their sadness doesn't lift with time? And sometimes the cause is physical: pain, illness, and trauma. Sometimes what looks like sadness is actually pain. Dogs are masters at hiding discomfort. It's instinct. In the wild, weakness can be dangerous. But that means when something is wrong, the signs are subtle. They move slower, avoid stairs, skip meals, or isolate themselves in quiet corners of the house. And it's not just physical pain. Dogs who've been through trauma, abuse, neglect, abandonment can carry emotional scars for years. Loud noises, sudden movements, even certain smells can trigger that past fear, sending them back into survival mode. You might notice them flinching, freezing, or avoiding eye contact. Others simply shut down. They stop playing, stop engaging, and fade into the background. It's heartbreaking because these dogs aren't just sad, they're silently suffering. And without the ability to speak, they're relying on us to notice the difference between lazy and hurting. So how do you know it's real sadness? By now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if my dog is really sad? The signs are often subtle, but once you know what to look for, they stand out. A drop in appetite is a major red flag, especially if your dog normally lives for mealtime. They may lose interest in toys, avoid play, or seem slow to respond when you call. Watch their body language. Tucked tails, drooping ears, heavy sighs, or a slow, stiff walk can all signal that something's off. Some dogs become clingy. Others retreat to quiet spots and stay there, barely moving. And then there's the whining, low, drawn out, almost under their breath. Not out of boredom, but from something deeper. It's easy to dismiss these signs as random quirks, but often they're your dog's way of saying, "I'm not okay." Let's wrap up with how you can help. The good news? Most dogs bounce back. With a little extra love, a consistent routine, and a check-in with your vet, their spark can return faster than you'd think. Dogs may not speak our language, but they're constantly telling us how they feel. In quiet stares, subtle shifts, and tiny behaviors we often overlook. You become their voice, so stay alert, stay loving, because sometimes just noticing changes everything. Which of these signs surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. And if this helped you see your dog a little differently, hit that like button so more pet owners can do the same.